All right, so back we go again to heat number 13, D versus E for X30 Senior on this particular occasion. So here's the starting order. Roxanne Lantinga will start from pole position, Nikolai Leicester alongside in the front row. Then after that, Kevin Lantinga, Thierry Quinard, row 2. Row 3 will be Wouter Bergeron and Anthony Bongarts. Bongarts, one of the rookies. And then we have Yannick Bouillet and Kevin Bakker, row number 4. Niels Lelor and Thomas Van Vliet, row number 5. Milan Magzac and Luca Moulin, row 6. Row 7, Alexandre Mercier and Delano Vellens. Row 8, Jens Berzat and Monty Braithwaite. Row 9, Marlon Bay and Koen de Rooij. Row 10, running at the top 20, Rafael Linders and Matthijs Panet. Running at the 25 strong, Rosanne Den Druiven, Thijs van Dijk, Noel van Veld, Isabella Kizel and Matt Simon. So, things having cleared up ever so slightly, but not by much, if I'm completely truthful. We still have a window of opportunity where these drivers will still be able to have their opportunity, and some drivers to hopefully go and see if they can pick up a victory in this one amidst the malaise that happened earlier on. But it is part and parcel of racing. Drivers do know about the dangers of motorsport, we all know, but sometimes things can happen. And as I said, this has caused a subsequent delay, knock-on effect delay for Junior A versus D and Junior B versus C, which are heats 5 and 6. Roxanne Lantinga and Luca Leicester will bring us here to green. Red lights on the starting gantry, 10 minutes plus an additional lap. Lights on, revs up, and do we go green? We are underway here at Ostricourt, Roxanne Lantinga, and it looks like brother Kevin has got through on the run through turn 1. Up to second. Goes the 3-3-2. As Roxanne Lantinga leads the field into 3. Some drivers going towards the outside line to get that traction and to put them on the inside line for turn number 4, the left-hander, straight afterwards, then through the left at 5. Look at the speed over the bump. It might be slight, but when your backside is millimetres off the ground, you're going to feel it through your coccyx and up your spine. Oh, Kevin Lantinga nearly lost it. The right rear touched the grass, I think, and it spat the back out sideways. He caught it like a champ and pointed it in the right direction down the circuit. Brilliant stuff. More to the point that some drivers, they're pushing the limits, and then you'll find that sometimes there'll be that slight mark that accidentally gets overstepped, and that was true personification of what we saw. There is a spinner a little bit further back. I think that was the VDK racing car. That could be Thierry now. The 266. And it is. Thierry Quinard is spun around and dumped all the way down to 20th spot. Koen de Rooij up 8. And now now up 8 places, rounds out the top 10. Luca Moulin, Milan Marczak have both made up 5 positions apiece. Yannick Bouillet now 4th. And Kevin Bakker now 5th. They are up 3 spots apiece. And Bakker 5th, Bouillet 4th. Leicester keeping within touching distance of the 2 Lantingas. Roxanne leading Kevin. And we have had a 1-2 from the siblings before. That was heat number 10 earlier on today. No, heat number, I think it was, yeah, that was heat 10, or heat 11 actually. So we had 9 heats yesterday. So top 3 covered by just under 1.1 seconds as we complete lap number 2. Kevin Lantinga fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 11.679. Dion Kinard still in 20th and is going to be fighting his way tooth and nail through. He's up 2 places already again after that lap and that drama. So up to 18th. Malambert 16th at the moment. Rafael Leenders up from 19th, now 13th. Monty Braithwaite up 4 places from 16th, now 12th. Kunderoy rounds out your top 10. But the top 3 have broken away by a considerable margin. Between Luca Leicester in 3rd and Yanni Bouillet last time around was 3.2 seconds. Well, and Kevin Lantinga has got through on his sister Roxanne Lantinga, and this has now brought Luca Leicester back into the fray. Leicester has already picked up a heat win, and that would have been heat 8 yesterday. Group C versus E. The top 3 covered by 2.5 tenths of a second. Air temperature now 18 degrees Celsius. But Kevin Lantinga, he could be now, the thing is, Kevin Lantinga has already got 2 race wins. Oh, and off into the barriers backwards. That's the 295, Niels Lelaw. And that is off of turn number 3. Oh, well, that tyre barrier has definitely been rearranged significantly there. Now, it's either one of 2 things. Either Lelaw has been assisted or spun it on his own. Now, with the amount of speed those drivers are carrying, probably the best part of 120 kilometres an hour going into the braking zone. But we have seen how twitchy these karts have been in these wet weather conditions when you hit it on the brakes. So, perfect way to showcase this through the aerial drone shots as the 2 Lantingas and Leicester hard on the brakes. You're now going to go down to terra firma. Chronic understeer there for Luca Leicester in the MCK racing kart, but manages to get himself tracking true once again. But more to the point, this is giving an opportunity for Luca Leicester to close in on Roxanne Lantinga and maybe have the chance of getting through for position. And there's the move through into the right-hander. Neatly on the apex goes Luca Leicester and gets through on Roxanne Lantinga, demoting the lady driver down to 3rd position. So coming up to the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds of this race. So there is Milan Makzak in between Yanni Bouillet and I believe that's Kevin Barker in the 255 just behind. Kevin Backer running on the Croc Promotion chassis. Looks like having a with a very black front bumper, no sticker kit on that. Right, 5-second time penalty going to 3:12, Jens Bozart, who is currently running in 17th position. So I'm wondering whether that might be related to Niels Lelor losing the back end of the 295 into turn 3 and rearranging the outside tyre barriers that have been otherwise placed other than where they're situated at the moment. Kevin Lantinga at the moment, 1.5 seconds up the road from Luca Lystra. His sister Roxanne running out the top 3. They're covered by 2.4 seconds. Kevin Lantinga, new fastest lap of the race, 1:11.483 as things stand. So we're now on to lap number 8 out of a probably scheduled 10 laps of this 1.45 kilometre circuit. And Kevin Lantinga has bolted away into the distance. But with time fast running out, 45 seconds to go, plus an additional lap. Looks like Roxanne Lantinga has got back pass through on Luca Lystra for second spot on the road here at Ostricourt. 2 more laps remaining in X30 senior qualifying heats here this weekend at round 2 out of 6 for the 2025 season. And Kevin Lantinga's advantage over sister Roxanne is now 3.06 seconds. Lystra, hard on the brakes, backhand trying to stick itself out on the right rear. Hard on the brakes, and it just, back axle just wants to do its own wayward thing as we hit 0 on the timer. So leaders have got probably about 1.75 kilometres remaining approximately of the circuit. But once again, Luca Lystra trying to see if he can throw a move in the dying moments of this race up the inside, or maybe even try around the outside a la Slim Shady on Roxanne Lantinga, but that could be easier said than done. Last lap now underway as Kevin Lantinga crosses the line. Roxanne Lantinga just under 3/10 of a second ahead of Luca Lystra. Yanni Bouillet, Milan Marzak, Luca Moulin, Kevin Backer, Luca Moulin, Wouter Bergano and Thomas Van Vliet with Kunteroy. Well, actually, no, it's Monty Braithwaite who's made it up to 10th now. Kunteroy has dropped behind the Brit, and also Belgium's Raphael Leenders, and now is demoted down to 12th position. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be a nigh-on formality for this man here from the Netherlands. 3:32. Kevin Lantinga takes a look over the right shoulder. Well, a slightly mixed turn of events as Kevin Lantinga goes sideways out of the final corner. He wins the final heat of the weekend. And it's a 1-2 for the Lantinga family once more. Roxanne Lantinga finishing 2.656 seconds behind. Luca Lystra rounds out his qualifying heat stages with a P3. Yanni Bouillet, Milan Marczak, Luca Moulin, Kevin Bakker, Wouter Bergano, Thomas Van Vliet and Raphael Leenders round out your provisional top 10. Monty Braithwaite, Koen de Roy, Alexandre Mercier, Marlon Beyer, Thierry Quinaud, that's your top 15. Could have been a very different story for the 266 for VDK had it not been for that earlier spin. Jens Berzert, Anthony Bongartz, Noel van Vonveld, Rosanne Dendriver, Thijs van Dijk, Matthijs Renet, Denaro Wellens and Matt Simon round out the 23 finishers. Lap 6 we lost Isabelle Cazel and Niels Lelard unfortunately retiring on lap number 4. But we have had a push to pass. Jens Berzert 5-second time penalty push to park for the 312, which will demote Jens Berzert from 16th in the running. So 5-second penalty will put him, that's been adjusted, 19th. But Lantinga, it's a 1-2 for the family with Kevin picking up his 3rd win of the weekend so far.